My video for August 26th, 2019 is video number 3189, and the title is "We Are All Casualties of the War on Drugs." This is the story of a friend I never met. Quote, "I am posting this story because I am a victim of this agenda. I was busted in Miami in 1990 for my green thumb and spend 5 years in federal prison. I've been in 9 federal prisons from LA to Miami. I flew on the real Con Air, not that fake movie on TV. I took a vow to expose the dark cabal for the rest of my life, or until they are gone. That is what I am doing and why I have been here doing this for decades. Now you all know I am not ashamed of what I did, but I am ashamed of my country that would do such a thing to anybody. By the way, it is legal now in many states and soon to be legal on a global scale. All medicines come from plants. God made it that way. Cabal man took that and tried to pervert it into something unnatural to profit from it. Big Pharma. Nobody ever died from cannabis, but millions die all the time from the poison Big Pharma sells. And depopulation is the agenda. So why not? Maybe you never heard this admitted by the Cabal, but they said recently the whole war on drugs agenda was about picking on blacks and hippies. When I grew up, long hair was a problem and made you a target. Well, folks, I have long hair. Once I held a joint. That is marijuana, in case you don't know what a joint is. Once. My cousin passed it to me. My 2 cousins were passing it around, and I took it the first time and went like this. And when they did it the second time, I said, just pass it between yourselves. I don't smoke. And I've never been a smoker in my entire life. I've said that, of course, in other videos. And except for that one time, as far as I can remember, I've never held a joint. Now, I have taken what is it? THC, some herbal thing that I don't know if I still have it or not. I think I might have it. I haven't done it in a long time. It's a medicine that has an active ingredient of THC in it, which of course is the active ingredient in marijuana or pot or cannabis. I have had an agenda like this person who sent this to expose the cabal. That's one of the things that I am here to do, is to expose the crimes against humanity. And the crimes against humanity, the worst ones are the ones that few people are ever held accountable for, because they consider themselves above the law, and ordinary people that align with them are considered above the law until they're no longer applicable or no longer of service to the dark cabal, which are demonically possessed individuals as far as I'm concerned. And they are pedophiles, child murderers, and just murderers in general. Their biggest game is not drugs, but war. And so the war on drugs is just part of the agenda. They own the prisons. They own the courts. And judges are not really judges. They don't take a proper oath of office. They don't do a lot of things that would make them accountable, because the whole game is for the people that commit the worst crimes to be unaccountable for those crimes. Now, I've said in other videos that I had a grandfather that tried to commit crimes against his daughters and succeeded with one of them. But I have friends and I have had relatives over the years that have been promoting what is considered criminal in, I think, still in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's legal in some states, and I've known people that have moved to some states out west. I'm sure there's other ones in the east too, but I'm not sure of which ones, that have legalized marijuana or cannabis. And of course, as I said, I at one time took a supplement that contained THC, which of course, again, is the active compound in cannabis or marijuana. This person that sent me this has been on an agenda. I can vouch over a period of time that he has done everything in his power to expose the criminal element. That people are waking up to it, but most are still unaware that the criminals are the ones that hold positions of power. They are the judges. They are the attorneys that become senators and congressmen, both on a federal level and on a national level. And again, the federal level is supposed to be limited to Washington, D.C. That's what the District of Columbia was. They took the land from Maryland and a little bit from Virginia, I believe, but definitely from Maryland, and they formed the District of Columbia. That was a 20 square mile, something like that, maybe bigger than that, I'm not sure, piece of land, and that was the jurisdiction of the federal government. They had no jurisdiction over the states because each state was an independent entity. That's what the whole Civil War was about. Some states said to the northern states or the Federalists, no, we don't want to be part of your union. And the whole war was fought, and they've never declared peace. They put the U.S. has been under martial law since the Civil War. And Abraham Lincoln was the president that allowed that to happen. He was also an attorney. He was the first bar certified attorney in the history of the United States. But my friend here suffered at the hands of unjust laws, of making plants and substances derived from plants unlawful, or properly said, illegal. And the legal code is mostly fraud, but it has to contain, according to some people, it has to contain the truth, but it's obscured with a whole lot of words and a whole lot of numbers and things like that that are in the codes. The codes are not laws. The laws are simple. Don't hurt anybody else. Don't defraud. Don't murder. And the people that defraud and murder are the people that run the system. And it's at all levels of society are infiltrated by criminals. And until this changes, I don't know if the RV is going to ever happen or not. My friend says it is. Many people believe it is. I'm still not convinced. I won't believe it till I experience it personally. I don't even want to hear about any of my friends experiencing it personally. I need to experience it personally. Then I can believe it because I'll know it's true. Anyway, folks, thank you for listening, and namaste.